From the beginning of life, you are told what to do and how to be happy. Get good grades, stay out of trouble, get a job that pays well, find a partner, start a family, and continue the circus. As a spiritual advisor who has been teaching and consulting for the last 15 years full time, I can tell you one thing with complete confidence. This safe plan that I just mentioned rarely works. I know many people who have tried this plan and they're living in resentment, disappointment, and constantly regret, wishing that how they would have done things differently. Even in my own journey, my regrets and disappointments have come from plans and decisions that I didn't do to please myself, but to the people around me. My point is, if this safe, predictive plan doesn't work, then what does? What truly matters? I come from a lineage of traditional Tantra where we have a concept called Leela, which means the play of consciousness. This teaching simply empowers a seeker to stop making rigid plans and then chasing them and feeling disappointed, but rather living life as it shows up. Leela teaches that life doesn't have a purpose, but life is a purpose. When you show up for life each day in every way, then you start to bloom. You start to find your highest potential. And that's what I want to teach in this video through 5 powerful and simple principles. Principle 1: follow where the path takes you. This principle comes from an Italian movie called Cinema Paradiso. I love this movie. I find it absolutely magical. This movie is about a story between two people, Alfredo and Salvatore. Alfredo is the mentor, father figure, and friend to little Salvatore, also known as Toto in the movie. As Toto is growing older, uh, he's finding his love, his passion in cinema, and Salvatore teaches him every day how to project the films in a theater where he works. The two began to grow their passion, their friendship for cinema together, for stories together. And as Toto grows older, he begins questioning his future and whether he wants to stay in a small town or pursue his dreams elsewhere. He is conflicted. The film shows the struggle between the traditions and a modern life, where Salvatore continues to have this inner conflict. As I shared in the beginning, Leela is all about honoring the play of your consciousness. In the movie, Salvatore does honor his play of consciousness by leaving the comfort of his small hometown. But it didn't come easy, and that's what the journey is all about. Alfredo pushes him, encourages him to leave the hometown and live for his dreams, live for his purpose, his mission beyond the emotional attachments and conflicts that he's carrying within. I always say we all need an Alfredo to push us, beyond our comfort zones. And until you don't find your Alfredo, be your own Alfredo, because ultimately that's what we are left with. Principle 2: show up for your passion, play, and purpose, even though you may be unaware where you are currently at. So, I have a degree in accounting. I've studied finance and accounts for 6 straight years, not knowing at all that in future I would be not only earning money, but also finding passion, joy, and purpose through the work of spirituality. And this is where I find such a deep connection to Cinema Paradiso. Just like Toto had such a deep love for the movies and he grows up to become this successful director in the movie, uh, similarly, I had such a deep curiosity for Tantra, for meditation, for the spiritual, mystical life, and I ended up making that as my passion and as my purpose. And for the last 15 years, this is what I've been doing full time. Now, keep in mind, it hasn't been bed of roses. In the last 15 years, my mind has constantly played this narrative in my head. What the heck are you doing? Do you know what you're doing? Look at your friends in finance. Look at the money they're making, the cars, the houses they're buying. Or look at your friends in spirituality. Look at the kind of spirituality they are selling and making 6 to 7 figures every month. And the kind of spirituality you are talking about, the traditional, authentic Tantra, no one cares about it. Then why are you running behind that dream, that passion that you thought would work? Because it won't work. Very easy to get trapped in this narrative of mind because you have evidence that keeps on proving that you're not doing the right thing. However, when the mind calms down, when the meditation takes over, when the awareness and your inner Salvatore wakes up and tells you, you got to keep doing what you're doing. You got to keep following that curiosity, that childlike innocence, because it will not waste your time. It's not going to lead you astray. It's going to bring you purpose. It's going to bring you joy. It might take time, but it will happen. No matter what the mind says, listen to the inner muse. Cut down the external noise. Because remember, life doesn't have a purpose, life is a purpose. And this is where the stories, not just Cinema Paradiso, but so many powerful stories that we have heard, this is the moment when you bring them in, channel them, so that you continue to wake up every morning and follow the voice of your passion. Principle 3: Happiness requires letting go. No one will tell you this, but you got to sacrifice something really important and beautiful if you wish to live a life of passion, play, and purpose. Alfredo puts in the movie so beautifully when he tells Salvatore that living here day by day, you think it's the center of the world. You believe nothing will ever change. Then you leave a year, 2 years, and when you come back, everything is changed. The thread is broken. What you came to find isn't there anymore. What was yours is gone. You have to go away for a long time, many years, before you can come back and find your people. Now, Salvatore lives in this fantasy land. He's a young boy. And he asks Alfredo whether it's from a particular movie. He mentions a bunch of actors also. And Alfredo, who has lived the hard life, he tells to Salvatore, life isn't like in the movies. Life is much harder. You got to let go of things that are not serving you. I hated leaving India and moving to New York. I left behind uh, so many wonderful friends, my nana, my nani. I would miss them every single day. But on the other hand, you have these dreams. You're like, oh, I have a dream to fulfill. So I got to leave behind the people that matter at times. You have to leave behind the voices that matter. Because ultimately, if they love you, they would want you to bloom. Just like Alfredo encouraged Salvatore, because Alfredo loved Salvatore so much. And in the last 15 years, I have had to let go and say no to experiences that I knew wouldn't take me anywhere. After leaving India, I found my comfort in New York, and then I left New York and lived in LA for 15 years. The journey continues, and you got to keep letting go and just simply trust your gut feeling, trust your heart, and keep saying no to experiences and humans that you think will deplete you, and keep saying yes and testing to humans and experiences that you hope will nurture you and will benefit you. Principle 4: People will change. Don't force your relationships. In Cinema Paradiso, Salvatore tries to reconnect with his childhood love, Elena. It doesn't happen. The movie was criticized by a lot of people that it should have happened in the end, that Salvatore would reunite with Elena and they live happily ever after. But if that would have happened, it would not be the movie it is. Then it would be maybe a Bollywood movie. And I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but as an Indian cinephile, I can tell you if this was a Bollywood movie, that's exactly what would have happened. Salvatore would marry Elena in the end, and there would be a random, larger than life, lavish song playing, and everybody will go home happy. This is not how real life works. What happened in Cinema Paradiso is exactly how life tends to work, unfortunately. People change. The friendship you thought will play a big role in your life fades away. A relationship that you thought is going to become more intimate, more passionate, more beautiful ends in an ugly way. life happens. It's no one's fault. And just like you are on your journey trying to figure out what life is all about, the same way others are on their own journey, dealing with their own trauma, their own unique fear that they tell no one about. And ultimately, humans, don't know how to express that trauma, that pain, and mess starts to happen. People change, relationship ends. You see, you cannot force people to remain the same. Ultimately, everyone has to move on to figure out what life is all about. It's heartbreaking, but it will teach you the most important lessons of life. Above all, it will teach you how to enjoy the aloneness, how to enjoy your company, how to be in stillness, create your art, and decode the deeper meanings of life when everybody has left you and you are just sitting on a blank canvas thinking where to restart my life again. And it's my promise to you, if you stay honest with your passion, play, and purpose, your vibe will attract your tribe. And this time, there will be mutual trust, mutual celebration of your values, your energy, and the person you are. Principle 5, you are enough. The most moving scene in the movie is when Alfredo tells the young Salvatore, do not give in to nostalgia. Whatever you end up doing, love it. Just like you loved the film projection booth when you were a little squirt. Tough words. They break me every time I hear them. It reminds me of the simple truth that you are enough. You are 1,000 times enough. Perhaps a lover will tell you this, or you will tell someone for an exchange for some pleasure, momentary, temporary pleasure. And it's possible the same lover will make you feel like a piece of trash when you do not live up to their expectations. Or maybe you'll do the same to them when they don't live up to your expectations. We are humans. We don't know the depth of love. All we are taught is the emotional transactions disguised as love. And I feel parents are very good at it too. When you do not live up to their expectations, they can easily make you feel that you're not enough. You got to try harder to get my attention, to get my love and affection. I have often witnessed that you will rarely be enough for anyone, and that's okay. You are not here to live for anyone. You're not here to fulfill the enoughness that is set by others. You are not a spiritual accident, my friend. You are here to sing a song, write a poetry, make a movie, write books, sing your melodies that only you can in your own unique way. Enjoy your enoughness, share it with others. It's only one lifetime you got. Got to make the most of it. I want to end this video with words shared by the actor who played the young Salvatore. I believe his real name is also Salvatore. He said, Cinema Paradiso is about the power of dreams. In the film, people go to the cinema to dream. They forget all their problems by watching great movies. In becoming a great film director, Toto achieves his own personal dream too. In today's world, with this crisis that we all are experiencing in politics and society, the film reminds us that we can and must keep on dreaming. I hope you felt the emotional depth of this video, and if you did, do share it, like and subscribe to this channel, and keep coming back to watch videos that empowers you to live freely, creatively, and create your own cinema paradiso. I'm Chandresh Bhardwaj. Thank you for watching the video.